I'm Gaz, and this is Let's Quickly Play Lethis, Daring Discoverers. This game was given to me as a review copy, and it's set in the same universe as Lethis Path of Progress, which was a city-building game. This is not at all a city-building game. This is more of a turn-based puzzle game, I guess is how I would describe it. And if you're watching this for a general review of the game to see whether or not you should buy it, I'll save you the trouble of watching the video right now and say, no, I do not recommend this game, actually. It kind of annoys me, and that's why this is a Let's Quickly Play and not a full series, which I was rather disappointed with because I did kind of like Lethis Path of Progress. But anyway, if you're interested in knowing why I think that about the game, let's go on. So we'll start a new profile, and as you can see I've already got one here. I've only made it to the second world, and I've decided to stop. So we'll call this my LP, and we'll just go ahead and start. So, basically each of these is a level, and the level has a puzzle, and the puzzle is different depending on the worlds. I've, as I said, only gone through the first two. Actually, I haven't even completed the second one. The second one made me quit the game. So here we start in Vendmel, the planet of eternal autumn. So I guess the premise is that we are shot out of this cannon, steampunk style. If you've never seen a Lethis game before, it is a steampunk theme, in these bullet-shaped capsules, and we are sent to these planets to find artifacts. And we have 5 different explorers that have, I guess, different abilities. Outside of combat, I guess they aren't really, not really prominent. I'll let you go ahead and read the text if you're interested. We have Bertrand, Gilbert, or Gilbert, since this is a French-developed game, Monique, Rose, and Rutherford. We're just going to go with Bertrand because it doesn't really matter. I say it doesn't really matter because you really kind of want to avoid combat in this game at all costs if you can. So, here we start out with a grid, and the map will reveal itself as we go along. The mechanic here is that if we die, everything we've learned will be lost unless we come back here to the capsule and record it. We can also find the corpse, and then that will reveal the map that the previous owner of that body had discovered along the game. So, I didn't, it took me forever to discover this, and it's one of my first major complaints of the game. There is really no documentation whatsoever on how to play the game, or what your objectives are, or anything like that. You're all about discovering it for yourself, which can be fun, but is actually very frustrating. So, how you move is actually holding down the mouse button and dragging in a direction. And so the mechanic, I'm assuming then, is because the developers anticipated that they would be porting this to a mobile platform, and so it has mobile controls, which is great. So, here we see our first friendly encounter. A little masked man just a meter high comes to greet you. This is, what is their name again? We'll interact with him instead of attacking him. Right, the Echo Toko. So basically, we are very rudimentary in learning their languages. We'll discuss a few things, though, like the villages. And there are 3 different villages on this planet, anyway. And it kind of gives you a little bit of hint as to what you're doing here. Talking about the swamps. Swamps are where we're ultimately going to want to go. We need this treasure. That's the whole goal of this level. However, in order to get past the very aggressive natives, we're going to need to continue on solving other puzzles. Now, basically we can come to all these things on the map, approach the Echo Toko, get more of our hints and clues. Ultimately, what we need to do is find some towers, which are going to have glyphs that I can decipher, which will then sort of give me an idea about, well, actually what it does is it unlocks more dialogue options. That's really what it does. We cannot pass through those fields, so I will have to go around. Talking about the interface, down here obviously is my little guy. I can, with the arrow keys, move the camera around. It does not move the guy. That, as I said, aggravated me for about 5 minutes before I discovered how to play the game. These are for items, and I think they are only relevant for this map. I'm sure later on this gets used again, these mechanics get used again, and I totally walked past the village where I wanted to talk to some people and get some more clues. In the second level, however, second planet, this does not come into play at all. It is purely a path-walking level. So, here we go. We have an option to play an instrument we've never played before. We're not going to do that. We're just going to discuss a few things and talk about some totems. The totems are where we'll get the clues, and the vermilion are these birds that they don't like to talk about because everyone on the planet is afraid of them. That is revealed as we find more things here. I'm kind of in a hurry because I'm trying to complete this planet in this video. So here are the forest Ekotoko. Enter the garden. We're going to have to steal their chute. Now, the thing about the Ekotoko, as we would otherwise learn if I was... Uh-oh. Okay, well... So, I guess I needed to be better friends with them or something, or maybe I didn't need that guardian standing right there. But now we get into the combat phase. Combat is ridiculous and you are going to die. Basically, you have to dodge shit on screen long enough that you are allowed to then get into the attack phase, where then you have to try and target the enemy hearts, and hopefully you'll make it. Chances are you won't. I'm just gonna have my fist right there. That's one of the 2 hearts I need. I'm not anticipating making it much further. The spears get a lot faster and a lot more difficult to dodge, a lot more random. Excruciatingly, yes. Should have gone down when I went up. So, I'm dead. And now we get to pick another adventurer. These are all clones, by the way. And in this map, at least, we come down in a completely different place than the other guy. To get to him, looks like it's a very long distance. The thing about the map, though, is that it is a 2-dimensional representation of a sphere. So if we went this way far enough, long enough, I would eventually wrap around. So that's what I'm just going to do. And that is a beast I do not really want to get involved in. Fortunately, he does not seem to be bothersome. That, however, is bothersome. We want to avoid this guy at all costs. Fuck me, are you serious? So, thing is, right, these guys, as well as some of the natives, as soon as they spot you, you're screwed. So I'm just going to go ahead and die because this is nonsense. And we'll hopefully come down in a better place. We'll take Bertrand again. These are all clones, that's why you can play them once you get back. Okay, so we're in a very, very different place. This is not helpful. As I said, you want to avoid combat pretty much as you can. Nope. Okay. So, I'd like to get this guy out of my frickin' way. We'll talk about forests, we'll talk about a temple. The temple is where we're going to find one of the 3 parts of the puzzle that will ultimately allow me to get what I'm after. Okay, so now that he's gone, maybe now I can steal this damn thing. We do need it. This is, of course, a capital crime, because for the Ekotoko... nope. How do I... For the Ekotoko, plants are, like, super vital. And it's a crime to desecrate the forests. You know what? We're just going to pick Gilbert, or Gilbert, because it doesn't matter for this level. Okay, well that's not too far from where I was, so I'll just go pick up whatever he's after, because I need to orientate myself at some point. Okay, there we saw a swamp Ekotoko, who will attack me and probably beat the shit out of me, so I will avoid him as much as possible. Oh, fuck me. Another one of these. We do, however, need to get close to that nest at some point. Oh, no. Well, I'm going to try and steal this egg. We need that for one of the puzzles, and I'm going to get the hell out of here. There are many of them. That is not at all cool. So, the only way, and I've only played this... Ah, here we go. Okay. One of the totems that I need in order to find myself an engraving. This is, again, a touch-based puzzle. You want to stay within the lines as much as possible. I guess your goal here is to get as high up this thing over on the right as you can in order to complete the puzzle. Ultimately, though, I don't know that it matters how well you get your score. You just have a certain amount of time to do it in. I think there are 4, if I remember, 4 towers. You only need 2 to get where you're going. And now that we've actually discovered something, it's important to keep him alive, or at least find him again. Man, these things are everywhere. To keep him alive and find... Oh good, maybe I can help myself here and find that information. Good, amateur necromancy, yay. So now we've got that part of the map uncovered, and I can better situate myself. If we went over to this capsule to save my information, I would be... or it would be destroyed. I could wander all the way back to my capsule now that I've got some information. I do not believe I'm going to do that. I'm going to come in here and actually start talking to people, because I'm not really sure offhand. Talk about the Ekotoko, talk about the forest, talk about the vermilion. We will leave. Again, I don't know how friendly I have to be with them before I'm going to be able to... before I can take that damn thing. So we'll wander along and hopefully find another temple or tower or village or some damn thing that will give me the next thing that I need. We will avoid the swamp as much as possible, because just like the birds, those guys, once they see you, will come over and try to screw with you. Within a distance, anyway. Okay. Approach the Ekotoko, discuss... I think I'm just learning the same stuff. Okay. Discuss the shaman. Okay, the shaman is ultimately one of the guys that we need to work on. And you see, though, these are different options available to me. I don't believe I was able to talk about the shaman before, but by deciphering that engraving, I was. Oh, good. Now we need to come back to that, too, and hopefully avoid this damn thing. That caterpillar back there is part of a puzzle. Yep, I went out of the lines. Okay, well, we're not going to get a very good score, whatever that even does for this level. Yeah, so you might look at this and think, well, this isn't so bad. And really, it's not. It does take you a few iterations to kind of learn what's going on. Fine. But later on, the next level is just absolute horseshit, and kind of takes the fun away from something like this. Because the next level, and I'll show it off, I'll go into my second save, but it just kills any momentum whatsoever that you might otherwise have with this game. Really, about the only thing... Damn you. About the only thing enjoyable, then, is to... you want to try and cuddle this thing. Hopefully, he can cuddle it. Collect slime. Okay, good. Get the hell out of my way. Is the art style. I like the art style, just like I did in Path of Progress, as well as the music. The aesthetic is very... very cute, in a French cartoon kind of way. Okay, we will avoid that. And, yeah, I think the strategy, ultimately, for this is to go in a cross, is to go as far in one direction as possible till you come around, then take... Ooh, boy, let's avoid that. Let's avoid that. Then take the other direction. So now... Talk about the totems, talk about the vermilion. Now that I've discovered 2... Okay. Well, I think what I'm looking for next is mountains, because mountains... Yeah, I'm not going to learn anything new. So, did I already go this way then? Well, we just discovered a capsule in that direction, so it's entirely possible. I'm just going to keep going. Yes, so here's the mountainy guy again. Talk about forests, talk about something else, predators. Got the temple. Okay. Learn more about the mystery. Okay. So, there's a relic in the temple. We need to discover that temple. Fine. I need, however, to find the chute, to get my hands on the chute that is in that village. This guard has got to go. Oh, is this another one? Well, there are 4, are there not? Ah, did you see, though, there's another option there. Take the tunnel. The tunnel will lead me to another tower. It's fast travel. So I deciphered that. Now this will be interesting to see what this gives me. But I do still need the chute from the center of that village, and I do not know what I need to... Because the last time I went through this, I was just able to do it. I don't know if I need to discover the guy who needs that chute first to then be able to go in and grab it. That is entirely possible, so maybe I'll just hang on and do that. Like I said, though, what I'm looking for is, let's enter this and take the tunnel. Alright. Not quite to safety. Okay, so that's a dead one. Where is mine? I guess we can go up that way. That's the big swamp. Is that mine? I don't think that's mine. We'll go out that way, though, just to see. This encyclopedia up here, by the way, keeps track of stuff. I don't know how useful this actually is, though. It's just mostly flavor text as far as I can tell. Which is neat, I guess, to learn about this universe. Apparently there is another Lethis game that never came outside of France. Okay, yeah, it's another dead one. So, this universe continues on. Little guy there. Okay, we're coming close to some swamp. I want to avoid that. That guy is out of place. There is no village around here. So who is he? Just a guy of the plains. Okay. Well, we want to skirt that swamp. As I said, I'm looking for mountains. Mountains or a tree stump. And really, I would also like to find my capsule. Okay, hold on a minute. Here's a... You know what? I don't want to risk this. I've got too much invested now. I'm clearly going in another direction. Ah, the temple, finally. Okay, so this is at least some place I want to be. The Cursed Temple. Talk to these Ekotoko, discuss the temple. We will tour the temple. We will not climb that stuff because that will lead to my death. We'll go ahead and enter the temple. Go to the frescoes. We'll read the story about the outcast. The outcast is someone we have to find eventually and give a thing. Let's talk about the mystery of the temple. A vermilion suit? Yes, we need a vermilion suit. We need to look like that bird. And we also need to talk about a hollow tree. I'm Gaz, and this is Let's Quickly Play Lethis, Daring Discoverers. This game was given to me as a review copy, and it's set in the same universe as Lethis Path of Progress, which was a city-building game. This is not at all a city-building game. This is more of a turn-based puzzle game, I guess is how I would describe it. And if you're watching this for a general review of the game to see whether or not you should buy it, I'll save you the trouble of watching the video right now and say, no, I do not recommend this game, actually. It kind of annoys me, and that's why this is a Let's Quickly Play and not a full series, which I was rather disappointed with because I did kind of like Lethis Path of Progress. But anyway, if you're interested in knowing why I think that about the game, let's go on. So we'll start a new profile, and as you can see I've already got one here. I've only made it to the second world, and I've decided to stop. So we'll call this my LP, and we'll just go ahead and start. So, basically each of these is a level, and the level has a puzzle, and the puzzle is different depending on the worlds. I've, as I said, only gone through the first two. Actually, I haven't even completed the second one. The second one made me quit the game. So here we start in Vendmel, the planet of eternal autumn. So I guess the premise is that we are shot out of this cannon, steampunk style. If you've never seen a Lethis game before, it is a steampunk theme, in these bullet-shaped capsules, and we are sent to these planets to find artifacts. And we have 5 different explorers that have, I guess, different abilities. Outside of combat, I guess they aren't really, not really prominent. I'll let you go ahead and read the text if you're interested. We have Bertrand, Gilbert, or Gilbert, since this is a French-developed game, Monique, Rose, and Rutherford. We're just going to go with Bertrand because it doesn't really matter. I say it doesn't really matter because you really kind of want to avoid combat in this game. We now have that. Excellent. So let's go over to the mountains. Hopefully avoiding death. As that creature comes walking right towards me. Okay. Let's go this way, let's go this way. Okay. This little guy. Come over here. The pariah. Now this is the guy who, Wilson, who was banished from the tribe because of the whole plant deal. So basically, we need to get him a tree shoot so that he can no longer be a pariah. You know what? We can leave now, I guess. We've got the information I need. Go check his hut. Okay, now we saw there that there is, excuse me, some music, a tambourine. Now I don't know that that is going to allow me then to go into the village and, I don't know what that is. Some weather effect? I don't know if it's going to allow me to go into the village and then play that flute that I had no idea how to play before, how to do any kind of rhythm. I don't know that you insult them enough that they kill you. I believe I've only ever been chased out. Okay, the guard continues to spot me. We need to get this little guy to fuck off. Oh my god, would you leave? Talk about predators, I guess? I don't know. Get out of the way. I don't need fucking guards here to watch me steal this. Now, I don't see... I mean, is it because... There, maybe this will work. If it doesn't work... I wish I knew where my capsule was. Maybe I should look for that first. Okay, good, we did it. So I guess I just had to unlock a few things in order to get away with that. Possibly even just talking about the guy, or talking to the guy about that shoot. Anyway, we can do that now. Discuss his return. Give him the shoot. Yay! And then we get some boots. Alright. Ah, there we go. And now we are in the vermilion suit. The vermilion suit means that everybody will run away from me, including these little fuckers that live in the swamp. I need to find a swamp. I guess I can go there, travel, because I believe I saw one that was up north. Uh-oh, no. The guard is actually going to... The guards are not, in fact, terrified of me. Apparently, he will come and try to kill me. So let's go, you take the tunnel, and let's see where we end up. Okay. The mountain. Really? It only pushes me over to the right. Okay. Well, that's at least allowed me to orientate myself that way. I guess that is probably swamp. So we'll just come back down this way. Now, I don't know that it's in that swamp. It could be in any of the swamps that are on the map. No. I don't want to mate. I don't want to mate. Oh, fuck, it found me. Okay, yes, there's swamp right there. Up. Okay, so he's gone on the defensive. That's fine. These little guys are terrified. The shaman is terrified. I don't know that I actually need to kill him. But there's the artifact. Oh, and I was right there the whole time. Well, that'll make this very good. I don't think they'll give chase now that I've stolen their artifact. They are more likely to just run away. Okay, well, we'll save the data, just because, and then we'll just go ahead and leave the planet, because now we're done. And as you can see, we did this via the trickery rather than combat, because the combat in this game sucks. Okay, so here is Magofu. This is the planet that puzzles are a bit different. I mean, you might look at that first one and say, oh, well, that's not so bad, and really, it's not so bad. This one, however, we're going to switch over to this and jump in. So this is the world that I spent an hour trying to do something with, and you can see there are capsules galore here, and that is because every time you die you respawn here at the beginning of the maze. Let me tell you how fun that is. So this whole thing is a maze, as you can see, and it's a very, very annoying maze, not only because you're just walking and walking and walking, which does not make for a very fun game, which is what made me stop playing the game, but there are also sections to the map. Sections that, after about, I'm assuming it's halfway through, these walls will sort of disappear, opening other sections for you to kind of shortcut to some areas, but unless you continue to wander back and save constantly, I mean, you can see I'm at day 138, which, since it's one step per month, or hour rather, 2 hours is actually what it looks like it's playing. Anyway, point is, there's a lot of frickin' walking. These guys, if I can find them again, at the beginning, this is not there. You have to open that up. So these guys, you can talk to once you get close enough to them. Can't understand a damn thing. In fact, you can't understand a damn thing at all. Case in point, this right here. This is also a wall at the beginning. This is the only way you can go. Notice how this is raised up. There's no visual cue here to indicate anything that is out of the ordinary, but if you go off that path, you die. Imagine how fun that is to get all the way along one of these path puzzles and then die and have to walk all the way back. Yeah, it's not fun. And some of these puzzles are raised. Eventually there's a little bit of a canyon one where it changes and you have to walk along the lower bit. Again, the game does not indicate that this is the case. And if you think that in itself might not be so bad once you learn the trick, the area that I've unlocked over here... See, now I can't even remember if I need to go through this, because I can't remember. I think I do. The area over here is invisible. It has invisible pathways. So let's see if I can find it here. Yes, I believe it's this one. So I have to go through here. And once you do, at least this one kind of shows you you have to follow these paths. I have actually had to write down, and still failed, the pathway for these puzzles. Let's see. So I'm going to go... I do have this one written down. So it's 4 up. 1 over. 4 up again. Now, not only do you have these, but then there are ones where it actually brings up on screen a little picture of the good squares that you can go through, and the bad squares that will kill you. It is immensely frustrating. Immensely frustrating. And I am not impressed. I do not find those kinds of puzzles compelling, because it wouldn't be so bad if you just died and went back so that you had to do it again and do it the right way. But when you have to spend time, I mean literally takes 5-10 minutes to get back to somewhere, dying over and over again. Okay, I'm exaggerating, but like 2-3 minutes walking your guy back and forth, back and forth. If you want to come save, that's one thing, but then you got to keep doing that. That's, you know, the round trip is you're making your 5 minutes, you just come back to save, go back to a spot. That's not fun. That's not good gameplay. And for having that be the second world, like, did you not want your people to finish playing the game? Because this is a good way to kill interest in the game. I think that puzzles like the first one were just fine. I don't know why anyone thought that this was really a good idea for the entire puzzle. Having this just kind of pop up as a section of a planet, that would be fine. But this is the entire thing. And as you complete certain things, yeah, it unlocks, it disappears some of the wall and whatever, and gives you shortcuts so you don't have to go through the whole damn thing. But still, it's too much. And this particular area is just, I mean, this is where I gave up, because having to look at this little diagram that I've written down on the proper path is just ridiculous. Because every time you die, you walk it again. And I don't know. I don't know why anyone thought this was a good idea. But, so we're not doing that. We're not doing that. So, that is why I do not recommend this game. After playing the first level, feels like it had potential, but that second level just made me not even care anymore. I did not want to play. This tutorial, by the way, I did go through, does not tell you how to move. Yeah, I don't understand the thought process behind, because there's a difference between difficulty, as in it's a challenge and you have to be good at it, and then there's just difficulty by being a bastard. This one, at least in that second planet, seems to have been the latter. Perhaps the other puzzles are a little bit different, but again, I don't feel compelled to play the game long enough to find out, and that's a big problem. But yeah, I don't know. Anyway, that's been Lethis Daring Discoverers, a disappointment in that it's disappointing, really. I was actually, you know, as soon as I saw this in my email, I was like, oh, great, I would love to play this, and sadly, that's not the case. But anyway, thanks for watching. I hope this was useful to you if you were thinking about getting the game, and if you are masochistic enough that you want to give it a shot yourself, go ahead, but, well, you've been warned. Anyway, I'm going to end this one here. I'll see you in the next Let's Play.